What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got some Cyber Dragon duels for you guys to check out, showing you why this is becoming one of the more popular decks in the meta. I think that the whole Blinding Second is starting to come back. Been seeing a lot of dinosaurs and a lot of Cyber Dragon players doing well on the regional level. Cyber Dragon Nashter is now legal in the TCG, and I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff you can do. I feel like a lot of the meta decks still want to go first, but Cyber Dragons is a deck that always wants to go second. Obviously, contact fusing with your opponent's machines, i.e. Sky Strikers, or your opponent's just monsters in the extra monster zone is always going to be good. And you know, Cyber Dragons run evenly matched in the main deck, so another just blowout card. Anyways, you guys will see why Cyber Dragons are such a solid pick right now. The deck isn't like super cheap because I know that Nashter and Cyber Emergency are actually kind of expensive. Nashter is like, the prices are kind of all over the place. Hopefully it'll go down, but the rest of the cards are fairly cheap, the Soul Fusion ones. Anyways, you see Thunder Dragons doing these standard pop-offs. Everything here is going to be pretty standard, including the ending board. So to be honest, I really don't need to commentate that. I can just continue talking about Cyber Dragons. Really, it's just like machine duplication is so powerful. You know, getting you getting you 2 Cyber Dragons from your deck and essentially like a free copy of Infinity. It's not even just a free Infinity because you end up going for Nova, which gets you another Cyber Dragon as well. He did get lucky there off Star Uja Skull Dread. Getting the copy of Light of Sekka was obviously like really huge for him because now he's able to just get everything that he wants, and he'll be able to make a fairly strong board here. Maybe he doesn't want to keep the Nightmare Phoenix, but it's fine. It's just a way of you know, getting him some extra monster zones open. Actually, no, not really, because he already had those extra monster zones open. So yeah, that might be the one card that's like not standard for the Cyber Dragon play, but it's fine. He's obviously going to end on a really strong board. Got the Colossus during the standby phase. Archbrave will activate. Get himself an Amorphous Goliath. It's a pretty legitimate turn one. When you have Goliath, you have the Thunder Dragon, Colossus, and then obviously you have the copy of Hot Red Dragon Archery and Abyss. However, Cyber Dragons can routinely break boards like this pretty easily. To be honest, all he really needs to do is just get rid of the Goliath, and then the rest is just kind of elementary here. So once he's able to kaiju that, I feel like he's in pretty good shape. So he's going to kaiju his opponent, goes for Nashter, activates the copy of Machine Dupe. His opponent's going to negate it. That's not going to work. We got double copies. Get out of here with that nonsense. Double copies of Cyber Dragon coming out. He's going to also summon Cyber Dragon Veer, since he did summon a Cyber Dragon to the field, and now it's pretty much just basic Cyber Dragon stuff. Go for Cyber Dragon Seeger, go for your copy of Cyber Dragon Nova, probably bring back the Nashter, which will also bring back the other Cyber Dragon, which is nuts. Isn't it Infinity that you can only summon once per turn? Imagine if you could summon multiple Infinities in a turn. I'm pretty sure you can only summon one Infinity per turn with the rank up ability, but at this point he's going to be able to go ahead, contact fuse for the Mega Fleet Dragon, get rid of his opponent. Sorry, just Skull Dread. Did it after he actually gained that additional attack. That is the right way to do it, because now your Infinity gets 300 attack for nothing. He's gonna suck up that Dark Matter Dragon and now just start beating over his opponent's monsters, using Seeger, actually take out his opponent's monster, and then finally he's able to get rid of the Kaiju by contact fusing for a second time. So yeah, contact fusing is something Cyber Dragons do all the time. His opponent activates a danger monster in the hand. I guess he doesn't have any like set cards, so who cares? I probably just would have negated it, but it's whatever. He's gonna attack Cyber Dragon, don't matter. He's just gonna suck up the Colossus during his opponent's turn, and that is an easy GG no re. Put everything in attack mode, and the game's over. You don't usually see Cyber Dragons with 2 fusions on the field at the same time, but yeah, I guess he this was an opportunity to do it, so why not just end the game? Second duel is against Cubix. You guys thinking Cubix ain't got no plays? Telling you, man, if you check out any of these table 500 decks, any of these decks can have plays because of powerful cards. This time he's going to use Destrudo and Darkworm. Those will get you some power plays, and he's going to go for Yazi, pop the field spell he gave to his opponent, summon the Mermare. Mermare gives you a whole bunch of cards. I've been using this in my Go Second Trickstar build. It's Mermare and Destrudo is just crazy if you don't draw that freaking Mermare. He's going for Summon Sorceress, and Unifications is so exploited, like, or it's so exploitable in Cubix. Unification of the Cubic Lords. Basically, you just keep summoning Duza, you keep dropping Unification in the graveyard, and you can just essentially like link climb. So you see that he's going to go for, I believe, Nightmare Griffin, and that's going to be a good play. Goes for Mecha Phantom Beasto Lion. Such a good card, man. Mecha Phantom Beasto Lion is just, like, amazing. Is it? I can't remember if it's banned in... No, I think it's not banned in the OCG. Is it? Oh, man, I can't actually remember. I know Steam the Cloak got banned, And I can't remember. I know Summon Sources obviously. I can't remember if Mega Fan of Beast Online got banned. I feel like it actually did get banned or something happened to it. I'll look that up after the video. Anyways, he's gonna go for the Nightmare Griffin, obviously trying to lock his opponent out of using the effects of special summon monsters unless they're linked. He's gonna go for Borreload Savage Dragon and get his Linkuriboh back in. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Do you guys expect Cubix to throw down this type of play turn one? Seems incredibly solid to me. Like, if I'm facing off against Cubix and they do this turn one, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know you guys had that type of play, man. You know, locking down. But his opponent, once again, gonna counter. The Contact Fusion is just way too good. If your opponent ever leaves a good monster in the extra monster zone, it's honestly just like Freelo. You're going to get a Cyber Dragon. Like, that's just a fact at that point. He's gonna go ahead, he's gonna attack his opponent's Griffin. That obviously is getting out the copy of the Nightmare, or excuse me, the Linkuriboh. He had to attack into Griffin because he actually wants his monster to die. He does not actually want his attack to be successful because he can just use this. Evenly Match, get wrecked. Evenly Match, such a good card. Nashor's gonna bring back Cyber Dragon, Machine Duplication once again. You know that Nova and Infinity are now coming, and yeah, it's just basically another Freelo win. Once you once you break your opponent's turn one board and you end on an Infinity, what exactly is your opponent going to do? I mean, honestly, he could have just flipped over the Overflow at this point and just nuked both monsters, and I'm not sure his opponent would have basically had any type of follow-up. So yeah, Cyber Dragons is, I mean, it's definitely like an underrated and underappreciated deck right now. So let's pause for a second and check out what the deck looks like on paper. Alright, so this is what the Cyber Dragon deck looks like on paper. I think that most of the cards that you run, almost everything in Cyber Dragons is like agreed on by the Cyber Dragon community. Most players are just kind of debating on the ratios of the cards. You see that, you know, he's running 3 copies of Nashor. Some people say you should run 2. He's running 2 copies of Galaxy Soldier. A lot of people actually run 3. This is a card that, like, I was not really that big of a fan of in the past. I think it's progressively getting better. Obviously, with the release of, like, you know, cards like Cyber Dragon Hurts, pitch those, and you get the search, don't go neg 1. And this card will be even better when the new Vic Viper card is released, because it'll be just another like card you can pitch, and then you can like get back some type of value. The one thing about this card is, and maybe you can say that it's Ash bait. I don't know if people are gonna Ash this card, especially considering like if you ever Ash against Cyber Dragons and it's not this card, you might be in trouble if they have it. But it feels like it might be a card where if you get Veilored or Impermanence, you're just in like a really bad shape if you don't happen to pitch like your Cyber Dragon Hurts. But honestly, maybe that's where Nashor has kind of picked up the slack. Personally, I think this build is really good. The only thing that I would probably consider changing is, you know, maybe like 3 copies of Evenly Match. I just feel like that card is too good, you know, going second. You know, you're always 100% going to go second when you play Cyber Dragons, unless your opponent makes you go first. But Cyber Dragons have plays going first anyway. So, yeah, Cyber Dragons is definitely a deck to look out for. Can't say that it's like the most budget thing, because this card, Cyber Emergency and Nashor, aren't exactly cheap. Like, there's like a $25 card on the low, and then Nashor is floating anywhere from like 15 to 25. So I mean, I don't know, by the time you guys see this video, Nashor could be at like $12, but this one ain't coming down anytime